Hello guys, I want to show you how I repaired my 2008 Nissan Navara key lock barrel, whatever you want to call it. The problem I was having is that the initial click to turn over the key was getting really hard, not to say impossible. So I went over to Nissan and asked them how much it would cost to replace this. Just a piece would have costed me about 520 euro, not including any working hours, replacing it, reading it and whatever. So I decided to take a little risk, open it up and see if I could repair it myself. So once you have this out of the car, first thing you have to do is drill out these two pins. They're about 3 mm diameter and 5 mm deep. They're pretty easy if you give them a nice little punch in the middle, start with a little drill, work your way up, they get out. Once they are out, you can pry this up. Take the cap off. You have a little plate here you can put aside. Now, when you get the cylinder itself out, you have to be careful always to keep the key inside of the cylinder. If you don't do that, all these things will come out and yeah, go fucked. Anyway, you put the key in. And through here, you can push it out a little. That's your key. Now the problem are in these little keys that are in it. This one, it actuates the electrical contact, so it's usually not a problem. The other one, it has to push out this lever to unlock something in the lock. And what happens is the key has to be pushed out. I'm gonna take it out. It has to be pushed out by your ignition key, and that wears off. So now, even with the key installed, you see it's not flat, it's pushed in. So the lever in the lock gets stuck behind this and can't get out. Now I've seen someone on the internet, a German guy, who actually took the piece out, made a new one out of some kind of material. But if you can't do that, or you don't really want to make time of it, another solution is to just, with some kind of tool or Dremel, make a little ramp here, so that the lever in the lock has less resistance. So I took off a little bit of material, not too much, and you have to be careful not to take off material of this one, because it has to be pushed out enough. So I did this very carefully, little material at a time, and tested it every time. So when you put them back in, to put it back in, you have to pry out the lever a little, like this, with a small screwdriver or anything. Push it back in. And now you can test it. And now for me it's way smoother. I don't really feel a click, I just feel the pressure to push it up. So I think for now I'm good. In the future, if I'm having trouble again, I can take it apart again and look if I have to take off more material or do something else. But for now I saved myself probably about 600 to 700 euros, which is very interesting, of course. Now to put it back together, you hold the lock, get out your key, put back the little plate and your cover. Now the only thing you have to watch out is you have the little actuator here of the electrical switch. So when you put back the cover, hold it in place with a small screwdriver or something. I found two little of these, I don't know how to call them, keys that fit just in, because you have to find something to put back into the hole, but it has to be flat, so you can't use a normal screw head or something. But whatever you found, that's up to you. Another thing I found, because I was trying to get into here to maybe look inside if the problem was over there. There are two pins over here. You can drill them out, but the easier way is to just drill a little hole on the other side and push them out. That way it's far more easier and you can reuse the pins. But even if you remove the pins, the cover doesn't come out. So as you see, I've tried, but since I found the problem over here, I didn't go any further, so I put back the pins in. But if you need to find something over there, you know that too. To get out the lock, you have two bolts over here. They don't have a head, they're security break-off bolts. So what you do is get yourself a punch, you make a little hole tapping on it, and then you have to find the good angle to make try to turn the bolt. But they're pretty easy, it's not too hard. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out, saved you some money. Bye.